Well, there you have it. Here I am again, your friendly neighborhood Green Party rep for Humber St. Barbe Vert. I hope you all have seen the most recent video. My kind significant other, Anne Quigley, had been so kind as to videotape the decimation of my hair. I recognize that it was very difficult for her to do, and I thank her kindly for her sacrifice of actually recording the event that may have been one of the most difficult periods of her recent years. I am glad that I was able to shave off all my hair for the Cancer Society. We only raised about $200 just because it was a horrendous time of the year to have the event. Unavoidable, I'm afraid. Exams coming up and the election being just after exams, this was the most effective time in which I could participate, and most people are currently panicking about their finals. That's okay. Doug Johnston, Terry Randall, Linda Hamilton, and Dr. McLeod were kind enough to participate. As well, we had some backlot staff, a security guard, and the Western Star was kind enough to send a photographer up. Special thanks to you all. Bob's Barber Shop, though they are all private contractors, self-employed, or however that works. I dropped in earlier this afternoon and invited one of them to participate, and Linda was kind enough to drop by. Special thanks to you all. The Cancer Society, I'm sure, will be very thankful for your participation as well. So, this is probably a little bit awkward since you're all used to seeing my luxurious hair. Quite a difference. I'm colder than I usually am, given the ambient temperature outside and the temperature in the house, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. I spent 18 months in the armed forces, and I got used to it then, I'll get used to it now. In other news, this morning I had thought the election office opened at 8. It did not. It opened at 9. So I drove Anne to work, all well and good, dropped by the Elections Canada office, they were closed, went home, dropped back. At 9 o'clock, I submitted my paperwork for Elections Canada. I filled out a lot of my information. Betty Waterman was very, very supportive, beautiful, kind, considerate woman, very patient with me, as people often have to be. I will confess that. So that's been dealt with. I had to drop back after the deadline at 4 o'clock to complete some paperwork. Took Anne back. They had to witness my authorized agent signing off on some documentation. Again, more bureaucracy. But that's all behind me. I have received a confirmation before I actually shaved off all my hair that I am now an official Green Party candidate for this riding. In the past, I had been, I guess, a candidate on paper. Now it is official. All those who wish to vote for the Green Party in this particular riding of Newfoundland and Labrador, Humber St. Barbe Vert, everywhere from from George's Lake to Trinity, no, I beg your pardon, from George's Lake to Triton, all the way up to St. Anthony and back. I guess you've got to be a Newfoundlander to appreciate that boundary. So, George's Lake heading south, Triton heading east, and the entire northern peninsula. Everyone in that area can now vote green. that is the end of my responsibility. That is the end of my goal. That being said, I've had 2 interviews today while I was trying to study for my emotion psychology exam. Thank you, newspapers. And I did my very best to convey to them my particular feelings on the moose cull in Gosse National Park. Again, if you have any questions, comments, and concerns on that issue, drop it in the comment box below, and I will address them in the questions period videos in the future. Other events that I would encourage people to ask questions, comments, and concerns on would be the seal hunt. There's always a bone of contention for the rest of Canada. In addition, the Atlantic Accord, Muskrat Falls, Lower Churchill Falls are also issues that the Newfoundland individuals in this riding have to deal with when it comes to national politics. As well, the legalization of marijuana, same-sex marriage, student employment, forgiveness of 50% of student loans, and please forgive me if I am mistaken about any of these particular issues as Green Party policy. It's been a hectic day. Very hectic. That being said, I thank you all for your support, for your participation, for your viewership, for your questions, comments, and concerns on my videos. I don't profess to change the world. I would never, ever be quite that pretentious. I don't even believe... okay, retract that. While I believe that the Green Party should have a genuine chance to win in this particular riding, I will confess in all honesty that the statistics of the past are not with us. There's no reason why the Green Party cannot win in this riding and make me MP. However, I can't imagine that being the case. All people who wanted to vote Green Party in this riding would not waste their vote. It would make clear to Jerry Byrne or Trevor Taylor or whoever else wins in this riding as MP that people want change. That if they vote Green, they want what the Green Party stands for, which will make a difference. No vote is ever wasted in a true democracy. I like to think Canada is a true democracy, and since I'm involved in the political structure of this country, I would like to make known that I believe democracy can indeed succeed in the event that enough people participate. Canada's record is 40%-ish participation. It can improve. The Green Party is targeting the student market 18 to 27%, I think, 18 to 20-something%, which no other party is really targeting with the same enthusiasm. Now, I shaved my head for cancer research. That's okay. The Green Party's participation in preventative medicine, in involving more pap smears and more mammograms for cancer and more testing, is important, but not the end-all be-all. I have never professed to knowing all the ins and outs of politics. I would never profess that. But I like to think that my heart is in the right place, and as far as politics goes, if more people had their heart in the right place, this country would run a whole hell of a lot smoother, and I don't care who disagrees. Alright, this video is running long, but I hope you enjoyed the last video. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. I wish you all a great night, and I hope that the remainder of my week goes well. I have an exam on Thursday and work this weekend. Wish me luck, take care, and have a wonderful evening. On behalf of the Green Party, take care.